Week 5 quickly approaching. Let's finally talk about the Sun and the Raiders. Finally get to do that halfway through the season. You go to Nanaimo, of course, this Saturday. Talk to us about how you match up, first of all.
I think we match up very well across the board. I think our offensive line is much better than their front seven. I think our running game now is clicking on all cylinders, and that's going to be a problem for them to deal with. We've got 6 or 7 stud receivers, so no matter how many, if it's 4 or 5 receivers on the field, they've got to account for all of them. I think our front seven are faster than their O-line, so I think with our speed and our smarts, we're going to be able to attest to that.
Well, there's so many new faces, new guys, part of this team, part of this roster this year. Did they get a sense on what the rivalry is like between the Sun and the Raiders?
Probably a little bit, not quite enough. Probably, I'm sure the vets are gonna let them know all week, and the coaching staff will let them know just how big of a deal this game is. I think the Raiders are 40-0, 39-0, 40-0, like at home. So to go in there and snap that streak will be enormous.
It's going to be fun in Nanaimo on Saturdays. Week 5 of the BCFC kicks off between the Okanagan Sun and the Vancouver Island Raiders. For more information, check out okanagansun.ca. For Sunspots here on Shot TV, I'm Ryan Waters.
Okay, Coach, ahead of the biggest weekend of the season, a couple of 4-0 teams competing for first place overall in the BCFC. I can only imagine your guys, your players, your coaching staff, everyone, pretty excited going into this one.
Oh, yeah, we're absolutely jacked for this one. I mean, you kind of put on your schedule when you start the year. You kind of know when you're going to play the Sun, and as it gets closer, the more excited you get, especially when both teams have had an opportunity to win all their games up to now. So, obviously, besides just being a big football game, it means a lot in the standings to us.
What's the feeling you get from your team so far this week through practice?
Well, I think a lot of things just haven't changed. We're just going about our business, doing our thing, and we've been pretty fortunate that we've started prepping an extra week in advance. So right now it's just those finer details, and every time we're doing something right up there, it just builds the anticipation, and it builds our security, knowing that we're going to be ready to play this game as soon as it starts.
Now, they're going to come in and game plan against Jordan Yance and a pretty veteran group of receivers. What are you guys going to do to counteract an obvious game plan that is going to try and cancel out your passing game?
Well, I think, the one thing is that our passing game, we feel we have quite a few options, and at the end of the day, I think you can only take away a certain amount of things, and they might try to take away the inside stuff with Schaefer and Smitty, but then there's Peterson and Whitman and vice versa. And then from that situation, I think our backs do a great job catching the ball out of the backfield. So, I think you can take away certain things, but it's pretty hard to take away everything, I think, in our passing game and also with Jordan Yance. So reality of it is if they want to stop our passing game, it's because Jordan's not going to have any time to throw the ball. But we protect them, then I don't think anyone can stop Jordan Yance.
Do you think that there might be some problems in protecting the quarterback? I mean, they have the BCFC's all-time leader in sacks with Steve Doege, and Derek Herlock is right up there in the league in sacks this season as well. Do you see a protection problem?
Well, right now I sure don't, but that might change Saturday. But we're prepared to do different things, and I think Coach DR and Coach Cash have done a wicked job at being able to change our protection packages, and our quarterback's going to be in different spots. He's not going to stand in the same spot all game for them to tee off at him. And so you got to do different things to mix it up and make him think and make him, work a little bit different than just going straight upfield. And one thing that really kills that pass rush is if, those guys that run the rock there for us, Galloway and Bottle and Jobson and Flavel, if those guys all can do their part, then they're going to have to think twice before just rushing upfield and getting after the quarterback.
On the defensive side of the ball, they have a quarterback, depending on which one it is, and it doesn't really matter because Bobby Davis or Jeremy Mravovich both can run, both can use their legs to hurt defenses, and you also have no idea which one of them is going to be starting. How are you preparing for that?
To game plan for when Bobby Davis is in there, and also we've had an opportunity to game plan when, JJ's in there. So, we think at the end of the day it's going to be Bobby Davis. We still believe that our offensive coordinator, that's the guy he likes to go with, and he's the veteran one. So we still think at the end of it, when it counts the most, Bobby Davis is going to be their guy. So if not, then we've got to be prepared for JJ, and I think we will.
Jason Casey, in a recent interview, says that he doesn't feel that the Raiders match up in any capacity around the field with the Okanagan Sun. How do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, Jason Casey is a rookie head coach in his first year, and I believe he opened his mouth and said certain things that maybe you shouldn't. Obviously, there's zero respect for our club. There's zero respect for our coaching staff. And, that's how they like to roll up there, I guess. But at the end of the day, Jason and his boys got to come into Caledonia, and I guess maybe we'll see whether he's right or he's wrong. But I know one thing, to come out like he has and said that we don't match up in any other category, I think is a little bit cocky and I think a little arrogant. And I just thank him for doing it, because if we needed some extra motivation, Jason Casey sure gave it to the Vancouver Island Raiders.
Coach, I appreciate your time, and good luck on Saturday.
Thank you very much.